Let's understand what exactly does fasting mean. I would assume that fasting is a sort of relief for your digestive system to do its work more efficiently and in the way it is meant to.
Yes, if done properly, this is one of the most effective way of keeping your digestive system healthy.
You hear the words autophagy and insulin sensitivity and mitochondrial repair associated with fasting.
Correct.
So, could you explain further what are the benefits that one can aim to achieve from fasting?
You become more aware about what you are eating. The food is in front of you, but you know you don't have to eat it. So plan for that. You become more responsible in your food. The craving has got two parts in it. One is psychological part, second is our hormonal part, I would say. If we keep our insulin spikes very frequent, we start craving for food. Sam, sometimes we say it's important to know when to start, but it is equally important to know to stop also.
Yeah.
If 2 points are clear in your mind, then fasting is a blessing. Otherwise, it can actually play havoc with your endocrine system.
Nutritional deficiencies.
Exactly, nutritional deficiency.
And would you advise women and men to fast differently? One of the most talked about lifestyle strategies has been intermittent fasting and calorie restriction. Everything from weight loss, metabolic health, possibilities of living longer, feeling younger. There have been some tall claims. Now let's see what is the truth and what is just belief. Doctor, let's go deeper into this subject because I get a lot of questions asking me, is it sustainable? And there's also some problems associated with fasting because it can mess up your hormones, especially with women. I know that extreme fasting can affect hormones. So there are a lot of questions, and I do believe that one size does not fit all. What can work for one person might not work for the other. So let's understand what exactly does fasting mean. Is it like a new wellness trend? But I feel like it's been around forever. I think it just boils down to it being extremely simple, a simple rule to follow.
See, Sam, the word fasting could mean different things to different people altogether. Like there is, since ancient times, people have been fasting on religious beliefs, like avoiding a particular substance to take. Their objective was not a medical or clinical objective to treat a disease or something, but their objective could be some spiritual gain or some religious setting to do. So when we talk about word fasting in clinical terms,
Yeah.
it should mean that you are restricting some nutrients or substances for a particular duration to meet a particular objective, consequently. So, if I say that, it means fasting is not a single thing to do. Sometimes you need to restrict, for example, maybe sugars in your diet, so we call it sugar fasting. Or sometimes you restrict fats, it becomes fat fasting. Sometimes you restrict even, like say, fiber. For some time it becomes fiber fasting. So like that, depending upon your objective, you restrict a thing to eat. So that becomes a fasting for you.
And is this helpful, according to you?
See, it is helpful if done properly or understood properly.
Okay.
So it's not, as you rightly said, it's not that one size fits all. It's not like that. What is the condition of a person? What are the objectives to be achieved? And then what is the protocol of the fasting is to be done. So those things should be in sync with each other.
With the invention of snacking, and there are just 1,000 different snacks available. I don't think we're giving our digestive system enough rest, especially now. You're always munching on something. You're always, I noticed, like it's so difficult also because there's so many options available. You want to have everything.
Correct.
And they're so inviting. So I think in that sense, giving the digestive system a break can be extremely beneficial.
Yeah, this could be one of the objectives of fasting. Just don't eat anything for some time. So this becomes one of the objectives. So here you are not trying to treat a disease or disorder. You are just into the maintenance mode of your
Like how you
life.
said sleeps detoxes, right? While you sleep,
Correct,
it
correct,
detoxes your brain.
correct, correct, correct.
I would assume that fasting is a sort of relief for your digestive system to do its work more efficiently and in the way it is meant to.
Yes, if done properly, this is one of the most effective way of, I will say, keeping your digestive system healthy.
Yeah, you hear the words autophagy and insulin sensitivity and mitochondrial repair associated with fasting.
Correct, correct.
So, could you explain further what are the benefits that one can aim to achieve from fasting?
See, Sam, in one of our episodes, we talked about cellular toxins. So I told you that there are two types of toxins. One are endogenous, one are exogenous, like which come from outside. These endogenous toxins, when we talk about, they are created inside our system. So our system, our cells have got many reactions happening inside. All those reactions are not 100% efficient or 100% correct. Sometimes some misfolded proteins are made. That is, so some molecules are made which you just don't have any use, they just remain lying in your cells. Or some, your cellular component just outlive their life. So they become senescent, they are just lying there, but they needs to be removed by your system. But there, and system has got a process to remove them continuously, but it might not happen
Overworking.
because of overworking, because of many other abnormality which has happened. I will explain it further. So how to kickstart that cleaning process?
Right.
Kickstarting the cleaning process, the easiest tweak and scientific tweak is stop giving your system those nutrients from outside. For example, proteins or carbohydrates. If you stop giving proteins from outside for a particular time, all these misfolded proteins or old cell organelles, which are mostly made up of proteins, your bodies will try to use them only for their protein, for its protein requirement.
Right.
We require protein day and night. There are so many repair processes are happening inside. So many enzymes are getting sick. So many hormones are being made. For all those, you require that the building blocks, the amino acids. From where, if you stop eating proteins, from where those building blocks will come? So body will eat itself up.
Do you fast?
I fast very regularly.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
is it? Like time restricted?
I
Or
usually
you go like on complete fast?
sometimes I go for about 3 days, 4 days, about a week or so, or
Without
different
eating anything?
or fast mimicking diet you call that.
What is a fast mimicking diet?
See, Sam, what happens is you don't go hungry, but you give your body a signal that you are fasting. How do you do that?
Right.
Like, for example, we talked about protein. Suppose I restrict protein altogether for about a week or so. So what do I need to do? I need to restrict all grains or all pulses, all like meat, eggs, or paneer, milk, curd,
Okay.
all that. So all this protein is gone.
Right.
Then you take fats.
Okay.
Good fats you can take.
Like coconut oil, ghee,
coconut oil, ghee, butter, avocado oil, or
nuts. No?
nuts, because they contain carbs and protein.
Protein is-
So you
okay,
avoid
okay.
nuts also.
Okay.
Then you can take a lot of non-starchy vegetables. For example, broccoli
Cruciferous.
or cruciferous vegetables, cucumbers or carrots and all that. And you can even fry them, because
You fry them in the
you
fats.
can fry them in these fats like
Yeah, in
ghee
these
or
fats.
butter
Okay.
or coconut oil. You can put a lot of masalas too. You know all these Indian masalas?
Right.
We talk about garam masala, sambar masala, and other things, and their ingredients. And all of them are fantastic antioxidants. So you put a lot of masala also.
Okay.
Then you put your usual salt also.
Okay.
Then chilies. I use a lot of chilies too.
This sounds yummy.
Uh,
Okay. And this is a
Sometimes I
fast
wonder
mimicking
why
diet?
people. This is a fast mimicking diet, and you eat whenever you want to eat, as many
Whenever
times
you're hungry,
as
you just
many
eat
times
this.
in a day
And you do
as
this
you
for
want to eat.
as long as for a week?
For a week, 10 days, you can do quietly.
And
tea and
what-
coffee too.
Tea and coffee too?
Tea and coffee, you put cream. Cream is available in the market. Cream is just emulsion of fat and water. So you use in your tea and coffee.
So your body is getting the what signal on this
so
diet?
your body is getting no carbohydrates,
No protein.
digestible carbohydrates and proteins. Now body will be hungry for these carbs and proteins.
So it's using all of
It is
the...
using all the junk which is there inside my cells and using that.
This sounds like an interesting idea. And how often do you do this?
See, every 2 to 3 months, if you do about 1 week or so, it keeps your cells younger,
Keeps your cells younger.
younger and toxin free.
I don't think I've ever gone on a diet as such, ever in my
You
life.
try once and then you will realize what I'm talking about.
How do you feel after these 10 days?
First 2 or 3 days
lose a
are
lot of weight?
tricky. Weight reduction is not an objective of these diets. Though,
Right,
of course,
right.
you will lose inches and
I'm
maybe
sure a lot of the water weight also.
water weight will go, your inflammation will go out. Definitely, half to 1 kg of weight will be reduced, but even if that is not an objective, but you feel so light. And more importantly, your skin becomes younger.
Is that why you look so young? Am I allowed to tell the viewers your age?
No, I am 58 now, so
But you look so fit, and the things that you do in the gym are incredible.
see, Sam, it's not single factor always. I always tell people, my own children and my clients, like life is in balance. Never go extreme in any, even your profession, you should never go extreme. Exercise is always in moderation. Food, you should choose whatever you want to eat and take that food in moderation. Similarly, fasting, you should never go to extreme. End of the day, we all require nutrients, isn't it?
So this is the one of the fasting methods that you do, which is once in 3 months. But on an everyday basis, do you do like a time restricted window of eating?
I personally don't follow that.
Okay.
But time restricted eating is a prescription from me by many of my clients who require that because of some disease condition or some aspiration what they want to have. So this goes as a prescription, not for all.
So when you're saying you prescribe it to certain clients, does it help with disease reversal?
Like for example, Sam, many people, they are addicted to a particular type of food. Like for example, sugars.
Yeah.
You mentioned last episode. Sugars, many of us, we don't know that we are addicted to sugar.
Right.
You ask a leading question, are you addicted? Do you take sugar? Yeah, 2 or 3 times in tea or coffee, not much. Are you addicted to it? They say no.
Yeah.
Then I say, okay, do one experiment. Just stop sugar for 3 days.
Right.
Then they come back, doc, I was never so sugar craving. That is what addiction
That
is.
is what addiction is.
So sometimes I do time restricted feeding for those people that so that they become aware of their addictions of food.
And what are the exciting results that you have noticed with this, with fasting and...
You become more aware about what you are eating. The food is in front of you, but you know you don't have to eat it. So plan for that. You become more responsible in your food, in choosing your... And more importantly, once you are traveling outside in the daytime, and if you know that you don't have to eat, you don't eat junk purchasing from a corner shop.
Right.
So you come back to your house and then you eat in your house.
And have you noticed, like with fasting and with time, a lot of your cravings reduce? That was the first thing I noticed. Like I eat in a time restricted window, and I realized that I hardly have any cravings.
I 100% agree on that. The craving has got 2 parts in it. One is psychological part, second is our hormonal part, I would say. If we keep our insulin spikes very frequent, we start craving for food. Like you eat some
Because of the
easily
crash.
because of the crash, you will start that craving. Second is you become emotionally dependent upon. See, so many studies have proved people who are undergoing a depressive phase of life, they start to eat more, and they keep on gaining weight because the eating food might be giving them a happy feeling. If reverse is also true, if you want to come out of depression, don't eat altogether. So it's a sort of a very hard lesson to learn in life, but the results are very sweet.
Yeah.
So it stimulates your brain, and if the time restrictive thing, sometimes you are not in a very good mood, but if you stop eating in that time, very easily you come out of that depressive phase.
And would you advise women and men to fast differently?
Oh, yes.
Because I think that initially when I started fasting, I was doing it reverse. Like I was eating late my dinner and and breaking fast much later. And I realized that it was messing up my hormones. So now with changing my eating pattern to now eating much earlier and breaking fast as soon as I wake up, I feel a lot more energetic. My hormones are a lot more balanced, and overall, just feel a lot better than I did because I used to work out on an empty stomach, and it wasn't really working for me. But I do know that a lot of women are still working out in the morning on an empty stomach and breaking fast really late. And I think that it really differs from man to woman. I think men can easily do that, but women need a little bit of some kind of an intake, a little bit of fat and protein before they do an intense workout. What do you think?
Yeah, as far as fasting is concerned, I will definitely say that again, that women are from Venus and men are from Mars. They're totally different physiology altogether here. Main hormone of males they say is testosterone. We all know that testosterone it doesn't fluctuate in one's body. It remains at a similar level.
Right.
But what happens in females? Every menstrual
Every
cycle,
phase of the cycle.
every phase of the cycle, there is a dance of various hormones happening. Initial part of the menstrual cycle is called follicular phase when there is a lot of estrogen present. Then the later part of the cycle, after ovulation, we know it's progesterone dominant.
Right.
There are different nutritional requirement in different two phases. And if somebody needs to go on fasting, female, I will never suggest doing fasting in luteal phase where progesterone dominance is there, because your energy requirement is more in that time. Your basal metabolic rate is more in that time. Why will you fast? Why will you stay in your system altogether? But in initial phase, when estrogen is more, your metabolism is slower. You can taste the effects of fasting.
Your metabolism is higher, you mean?
Metabolism is lower in follicular phase, but in luteal phase, your metabolism is higher.
Right. Okay.
Your temperature of body is
more. Yeah.
Progesterone is there. That is not a very good idea to do fasting in that stage altogether. Secondly, in both males and females, if they fast, testosterone level has been shown to be slightly coming down after fasting.
When you say fasting, what do you mean exactly by fasting? Like,
let us say more than 16 hours becomes a fast.
More than 16 hours is a fast. Okay.
Becomes a fast. So this can be used also, like some condition like polycystic ovary disease syndrome or other things. Sometimes females are suffering from. If there is testosterone excess, then fasting can be used to bring down the testosterone level. It will be a dual advantage. It will reduce their body weight also. It will reduce their insulin also. Insulin remains one of the central hormone in causation of polycystic ovarian syndrome. So that way females could get benefited also if properly done. But yes, as you rightly said, some female, they do exercise empty stomach or in a fasted state. That might not be a very good idea. They are just straining their hormones. And
what happens then that makes the hormones go out of
secretion
whack?
of so much of cortisol, because blood sugar needs to be maintained. Nature has given strength to the female, which we call the strength to bear a child. Think about it. Think about the nature. A female is most fertile when female is properly fed. That is how nature wants to make a future mother, which is properly protected and fed.
To make robust babies.
To make robust babies, and even for the survivability of a pregnant individual. If an individual is pregnant, if food is not available, then individual will be more liable to get hunted, because individual will be searching for the food and going to those places in the nature. Think about the nature now here.
Right.
So if female is secure, means if plenty of food is available, only then these hormones will prepare her body in a way so that she remains fertile. Now extrapolate this nature over this effect of fasting. The repeated fasting just giving you a signal that food is not available will secrete a lot of cortisol. It will disturb those hormones. It could lead to the study that infertility and even some hormones like DHEA It has been shown to reduce in both premenopausal and postmenopausal consequent to fasting.
So there is a certain bad effects of too much fasting as well.
There are definitely bad effects of irresponsible fasting, like
Yeah,
not knowing about what you are doing.
I think we also must speak about the like eating disorders also that happen because of fasting. Like you have such a rigid rule now with this fasting. Has become when you pick up a new routine, you can become obsessed with it, and then it can also go into a dark area where you have a kind of food. It becomes your enemy, and you have this love-hate relationship with food, and then that also can lead to certain eating disorders.
Sam, sometimes we say it's important to know when to start, but it is equally important to know to stop also.
Yeah.
If 2 points are clear in your mind, then fasting is a blessing. Otherwise, it can actually play havoc with your endocrine system.
Nutritional deficiencies.
Exactly, nutritional deficiency. I sometimes am surprised if many people, without any reason, they have restricted themselves to in a 4 hour or 5 hours of eating window.
Right.
How are they going to meet their nutrition requirement? Like protein requirement, 1 gram per kilogram of body weight protein, like an average male or a female, if they require 70 to 100 grams of protein.
How are you getting that in 5 hours?
In 5 hours, how
How
can
will
you
you get
consume
that?
and digest get the 100
Yeah.
grams of protein?
Yeah.
It is not possible.
Yeah.
So, and then you talk about like, okay, intermittent fasting was done and animal experiments were done. They were given less calories and all those things. So the changes in those animals, they became younger and all.
But humans are different also, no?
One thing is they are animal experiments. Second thing is they were only short duration experiments, maybe for days or weeks.
Right. Oh, right.
And you will agree with me when I tell you this, that so many fasting programs or when they restricted a lot of things for 1 week or 10 days,
It was
you go to a
amazing.
place, you look very good.
Yes, yes.
But now you
Then
continue that for
oh,
months
that's where the
together.
havoc starts.
Correct.
Yes,
Then
yes.
this is.
I know.
So it's not sustainable.
Yeah. Yes.
We all require proper nutrients. Without those nutrients, we'll be just withering away.
So it's very important to ask, to not just your friends are doing it, let me also do it. But it's important to ask yourself, do you need it? What are your goals that you aim to achieve from fasting? And also find something that's most suitable for you. So if
And when are you going to stop?
Yeah. And so for someone who's looking at fasting, what is a bit of a gentler way to begin? Not so extreme.
The best way to start fasting is don't fast for 6 days, just once a week, just fast for full 1 day for once a week of what I was talking about, that fast mimicking diet. Take a lot of fat, then vegetables, and then
Cruciferous vegetables in your
vegetables
fats.
and
You can
fats
even
and fry them, put a lot of masalas, and eat them
once a week.
Once
And
a
try and
day
see how
in
you
a week.
Yeah.
Just continue with that thing. For most of us, that is the only thing what we need to do
Makes sense.
to clear our intracellular debris. That is what I would say. If some people who are suffering from various diseases, chronic inflammation, metabolic disorders, sometimes this can be done for 48 hours.
Okay.
For some, it could be done for 72 hours, but not more than 2 times a month.
Okay. And do you believe that eating lesser helps with aging slower?
Again, in the short term, it is fine, but on the long term basis, you have to eat appropriately.
Right.
See, Sam, there is another confusion that when we look at the face of a person, sometimes we just have an impression that person is looking younger. Now, this is a trick. If there is protein deficiency, if person is not taking sufficient nutrients, the skin becomes thinner. Apparently looking, it will give an impression that person has de-aged.
Ah.
That might not be the de-aging what we all desire for.
Okay.
So perception is different from the reality.
Okay.
Like thin individual, we think that they look very young.
Right.
But reality, the cellular reality might be different from the external perception. I don't think there is a correlation with your body weight and the longevity. More than 100 years of age, people of all body weights have achieved that age.
That is true. So, one final advice that you have for people who look at fasting as a part of their longevity and wellness program protocol?
Yeah, I will say I strongly recommend that fasting is a prescription medicine. Do it properly under the guidance of somebody who knows how to do it. Don't take this responsibility in your own hands. If used properly, it can actually do wonders in your life.
Thank you, Doctor.